Hello, I'm Stonic10. Today we're going to talk about a man who once had it all. Highly skilled at Call of Duty with a successful YouTube channel making thousands of dollars a month with countless opportunities for success in the YouTube community. He now lives in an RV trying to survive off chat donations. So how did he get to that point? Well, that's what we're here to find out today. This is the story of Brian Russo, also known as Only Use Me Blade.
I'm not a racist, but sometimes I say like the N-word or I say something super offensive to women.
Drunk egg! Got a fire. Let's figure the fuck out this. Someone needs to figure the fuck out this. Bobby, your mom would die. And maybe if you're poor and no one likes you, then just die a little bit. Figure it out. Yeah?
Blade was born on December 3rd in Bellevue, Washington. When Blade was 6 years old, his father got brain cancer and tragically passed away.
Basically, when I was 6, my dad got brain cancer, okay? And he was gonna die. So one last hurrah was he took us, it was me, my mom, my sister, and my brother to Disney World.
Blade's mother got remarried to a man named Rich when Blade was 7 years old. Blade loved to play video games and also enjoyed playing football, and at around age 16 also began smoking marijuana.
In school, I was into basketball, football. If I didn't like the class, I would either not go or I wouldn't pay attention. I was really bad. I can't pay attention to something I'm not into. And then around 16, I discovered weed. And so I was a stoner and a fucking jock at the same time. So I was cool with everyone.
Blade had also begun selling marijuana at his school.
My stepdad thought I was selling weed. I was. So what he did is he went out at 7 o'clock in the morning and slashed my tires.
In 2003, at age 19, Blade and some friends went over to a drug dealer's house and tried to rob them.
I was with some people and we did what's basically called a home invasion robbery. I knocked on the door to let people, let the people I was within to rob some drug dealers, some guys that were just selling some weight. And the girl that put us onto this, told the police what happened. We all got arrested, and I had never been in trouble before. And another person ended up fucking. This whole thing about that I snitched or whatever, which is absolute bullshit. People saying I only did 20 days or whatever. I did do 20 days for a DUI years later, but I did my fucking time in DOC, which is Department of Corrections, in Washington State. My sentence was 41 months. I did 27 on 41. I went in 2003 around February, and then I got out in June of 2005.
Blade's plea agreement from the court proceedings were also leaked online. We went to the apartment building with the intent of committing armed robbery and burglary against the occupants. We were hoping to steal money and marijuana. I was told I would receive some of the money and marijuana if I helped. I was told to keep the outer security door to building A unlatched once we'd been buzzed inside. I used an envelope that I found inside to prevent entry to the outer door from closing and locking again. After everyone was inside the building, I was told to go and knock on the door to the apartment. Someone suggested I should take a gun and go inside and help with the robbery, but I said I could not do that. Instead, I was told to knock on the door, get out of the way, and then go and hold the elevator door open so everyone could get out quickly when we were done. I was never armed at any time during this robbery. I pled guilty to 1 count of robbery in the first degree and 1 count of burglary in the first degree. I have reviewed this case with my attorney, I now understand the elements of both crime, and I understand the concept of accomplice liability. Everything I have done took place in King County, Washington. Blade was sentenced to 27 months. He spent 9 months in jail, and he spent the remainder of his time in a maximum security prison.
I get sent to Monroe, and it was super duper nice. So they actually filmed the butterfly effect there. Anyways, I got into some trouble when I was in Monroe because I learned how to play pinochle, and I love pinochle. And I was running store, which basically means if you are out of like ramen or hygiene or whatever, you can come to me, and I might give you like 2 ramens, and then you give me 3 back on store. So I was just stacking hella food and hygiene and stuff that I never bought. So when they searched the cell, they're like, your book says that you've never bought anything, yet you have like $100 worth of fucking food here, dude. Like, what's the food? And then they found a notebook that had all the bets of all the fucking people, because I used to keep tabs of who owes who on the peanut. And so they thought I was running like a fucking gambling racketeering thing.
You were.
So then they sent me over to Walla Walla. And at Walla Walla is like super hardcore. 4-man cells. Majority of people are in there for murder, lifers. Like and it's very, very racist. So I talked to the lady, the consultation lady or whatever. She's like, all right, look at your file. If you behave yourself for 6 months, I'll send you wherever you want to go. Do you want to go to McNeil Island?
Home.
And I'm like, yeah.
How about Vegas?
Of course, yeah. And so they go, you can go to any medium security place that you want to go. And I'm like, all right, I want to go back to Monroe, because Monroe had the maximum, medium, and minimum. And the lady looked at me crazy, and I'm why? She's like, are you sure you want to go to Monroe? And I'm like, yeah, it looks fucking amazing. There's like grass, there's recording studios in the fucking gyms. Like it's like the nicest place. It's considered the nicest prison in the state of Washington. And she's like, all right, I get it. I'm like, why is she acting all weird?
Blade was not aware of the fact that the majority of the prisoners in Monroe were sex offenders.
Okay.
And so I get back to the cell, and I'm like all happy. And so I'm like, going to Twin River? And then they said, what? And I'm like,
Fuck
what?
no, man, that'd be scary.
What is the fucking problem with Twin Rivers, dude? And they're like, let me see your paperwork again. So I like fucking pull up my paperwork. They read it. They're like, why the fuck would you want to go to Twin Rivers? I'm like, it's near my family. They can visit, and it's like the nicest. And they're like, do you know what Twin Rivers is? I'm like, no. They go, it's the sex offender treatment program. And I'm like,
Ooh.
what? And they go, yeah, it's 80% sex offender. Dude, I get there. It's an amazing facility, but like, it's literally like that movie They Live. He has the glasses and he sees everyone is like, you know, because like,
Yeah.
everyone there was a fucking weirdo. And there was like, you had to like find like a couple cool dudes that weren't sex offenders just to fucking group up and be like, oh, I got your back. Okay, cool, dude. These guys are weird.
So how long were you in the sex offender paradise?
I was there for 7 months.
Oh
bad?
no.
That's so long to spend there.
Blade served his time and would have been released in around 2005. Blade was put on probation and was no longer able to smoke marijuana.
Okay, so I had this probation where I had to go on the 1st and the 5th, right? And usually I would go there and you go to the computer and it would be like big letters, like piss test. I'm like, okay, I take a piss test. And I started noticing that it would always happen on the 15th. So it would never happen on the 1st. It's always on the 15th. So I got a little dangerous and was like, I miss weed like crazy. I would go take a piss, and then I would have a crazy weekend of so much weed, super high, and then I'd shut it off. And it would be out of my system by the time the next one came up. It probably would have been out of my system by the time if it came 15 days. So I kind of used that system to smoke weed every once in a while.
Blade would go on to find work installing home theatres and working as a bouncer in his hometown. Blade would continue working for the next few years while also enjoying playing video games in his spare time. He became quite skilled at Call of Duty. Eventually he would make a YouTube channel by the name of Only Use Me Blade in 2009. At 26 years old, Blade uploaded his first YouTube video on the game Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on April 9th, 2009. Blade stood out among the many other COD streamers at the time with his unique style of gameplay and relatable personality.
Oh, right there. Screen's going white. So then I rush back, catch him with his pants down, sit down, you suck.
By the end of 2009, he'd been offered a contract with Machinima and could finally be paid for his videos. Blade had become a well-known member of the community and began regularly appearing on the Painkiller Already podcast. It was one of the most popular gaming podcasts at the time, hosted by Woody's Gamertag, FBS Kyle, and Wings of Redemption.
Yeah, but then I kind of look back and go, well, you know what? A lot of people would kill to be in my position because I have such an easy, all three of my jobs are jobs that I love doing. You know what I mean? Or they're easy. Like the bouncing job is the easiest thing in the world. I sit there, and the Call of Duty stuff is I sit on my couch and play Call of Duty, and then occasionally I get out of my house and go install some home theater systems. So I feel blessed and fortunate that I get to do pretty easy, pretty fun stuff. You know.
I mean, it generally isn't. If you wanted a job with a tie, why don't you just cut the job part out and just get a tie?
Yeah, exactly. I could wear a tie and play Call of Duty. That's
there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Blade continued working his jobs for the next year, but Blade was fired from his job as a bouncer for the manager's daughter apparently hitting on him.
There was a situation where I was in the back cooler, grabbing a keg for the bartenders, and she came back with her and she was just trying to be seductive and stuff. I'm like, you're the owner's daughter, and you're 21 years old.
Legal. I'm just saying she's legal.
Completely legal. No, she's completely legal. We work for law. But what I'm saying is just your life experience isn't at my life experience, so we're not going to have anything to talk about. And you're the owner's daughter. If things go wrong and you get moved, I lose a job. So.
Blade's YouTube career was starting to grow. By the start of 2010, Blade had over 40,000 subscribers and was collaborating with some of the biggest names in the community at the time.
Hello everyone, my name is C-Nanners, and I have a guest with me today.
What's up guys, it's Only Use Me Blade here.
Okay, so this is take 2 of the double commentary between Hutch and Only Use My Blade.
Hey, what's going down guys? Guy Who Camps here, and I got an old friend with me from back yonder. Who do I got?
You have Only Use Me Blade.
This is also around the time he met a man named Daniel Keene.
Double kill again, bitch! I'm a bad motherfucker!
I was in a gun game lobby in Black Ops 1. This dude, I didn't have my microphone. This dude was like, Blade. And I was like, I didn't have my microphone, dude. I just didn't have it. And so he was kind of pissed I didn't respond to him. And then the next day, I got a copyright strike on a video. And we found out that one of the dudes that was in the lobby was part of Keem's crew, and so I knew Keem knew that Guy Who Camps. The Guy Who Camps got me in contact with him, and Keem's like, I had nothing to do with whatever strike you got, dude. I think you're fucking cool as shit. We exchanged Skype information, and then he would always hit me up to do business and stuff.
Blade would first reveal his face in a YouTube video where he released merch. Blade's mother was the one managing merch production for him. By 2011, Blade's channel was one of the most successful gaming channels on YouTube, with Blade seeing regular success. On Mother's Day, he did a collaboration video with his mum.
This is Only Use Me Blade's mom. And this is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, dear.
I love you.
I love you too. Brian's dad passed away when he was 5 years old. And it was a different, I'm not going to go into this. We can cut this part out. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Blade's mum started her own YouTube channel, which is still up to this day.
I'm Only Use Me Blade's mom. Some of you know me as Mama Blade. Others of you who just got here are saying, what in the hell is this woman talking about?
His friendship with Keemstar would also further develop. DJ Killer Keemstar was well known in the community at the time for doing his trolling videos in the group called the FAG, or Federation of Arsehole Gamers for short.
FAG, yeah, Federation of Arsehole Gamers.
Actually, Felix of Golden, I'm gonna bend your mother over my knee, roll it up in a blunt and make you smoke it.
Bitch, I'm DJ Keemstar. I'm DJ Keemstar. And you can't touch me. This is the fucking FAG.
In the middle of 2011, Blade got a call from Keemstar inviting him to be a part of Alki David's Billionaires Challenge.
Woody's Gamertag, White Boy 7th Street, Freddy W, X-Jaws, Wings of Redemption, Hello A-Holes, Only Use Me Blade, and everyone else who's coming to this weekend's gaming extravaganza at my mansion in Beverly Hills thought that I might have been joking. I have a little challenge. A small, paltry sum of $10,000 winner takes all.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Battle Cam Bowl. We're about to get started right now, this moment. Our first contestants, X-Jaws. X-Jaws, Only Use Me Blade, and Freddie Wong competing on Nuketown Free-for-All. Let's get this thing started. Okay, they're starting now. Everyone's got their weapons. Game on! Blade with a knife. There it is. Oh! The next thing we're gonna need Only Use Me Blade and White Boy 7th Street. Oh no. Wait. I'm sorry. Wings, you gotta come up here. We gotta have the big guys here. Now listen. We're gonna have. Can we get pizzas over here? Can someone bring us some pizzas? All right, listen. I want you to stack 2 pieces on top of each other. We got Big Man, Only Use Me Blade, competing against Wings of Redemption. This is an eating competition. They got their pizza ready. We got the girls here. Are you gonna win this?
Of course.
3, 2, 1. Filmon.com! Go!
You don't have to chew it, you just have to swallow it.
And it looks like Blade taking a monster bite. Wow. Half the pizza's gone.
We know what you did with that Twinkie. You could do that with
Wings is coming back.
I give up. I can't do it.
Wings! Rage quitting! Rage quit! Takes out Woody. Tomahawking. Trying to get Jaws. Oh!
Hey guys,
Ladies
this
and
is
gentlemen,
for you.
there you have it. That's the Battle Cam Bowl. Your winner, X-Jaws. And we're going to have a little after party on battlecam.com/ElkyDavid. We're going to cam up, say hi to some of you. This was the Battle Cam Bowl. And remember, Filmon.com for your best entertainment. All the shows you want right there on Filmon.com.
Everything seemed to go well, although Blade did not win, he still had fun. Shortly after, number 2 was announced. ElkyDavid started the stream by claiming he was going to film a man's assisted suicide after paying the family for the right to do so. Although Alky admitted this was a hoax, many people were upset by this and dropped out from the tournament.
So, Billionaires Challenge happened. Success. That's actually the first time I met Woody and Wings, and I met White Boy, X-Jaws, and Keen. That was the first time I physically met. So it was a cool event. We go back, and they're like, "We're gonna do number 2, but this way we're gonna do a draft. Where all you guys are gonna pick players, and they're gonna be teams." So I'm like, "That sounds cool." So we do like this little announcement stream on ElkyDavid's thing, right? So the whole community's watching. Out of nowhere, Alky. Oh, by the way, on April 7th, we're gonna have this Ukrainian man commit euthanasia live on stream, and everyone's like, what? And then I go, and there's this long pause, and then what breaks the pause is me going, like, what? Like, that's not...
The Billionaires Challenge did not seem to go well. Blade and Keemstar had hit it off. They'd become very good friends. They started a show called The Bad Kids Show, and in 2012, Blade moved from Seattle to Buffalo, New York, and got a house 5 minutes away from Keem.
What is up, guys? How are you? DJ Keemstar, Only Use Me Scott, and Blade Kid Martin.
This is Blade's last night here in his apartment.
Last night.
Blade, Keem, and Scott. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Slurpee water. Cheers.
In November of 2012, Blade competed in a dancing competition for a show called Dance On.
My name is Brian. My YouTube channel is called Only Use Me Blade, and I'm from Seattle, Washington. Been on YouTube for a little over 3 years. The reason for me starting my YouTube channel was I wanted to relive my favorite moment. I currently have a little over 500,000 subscribers, and I have 3 videos with over 1 million views.
Do you accept YouTube money?
But the video that dives deepest into my soul is actually from a Sunday Chill commentary, and it's called Soul Pouring.
I got that, I've talked about Peter Pan syndrome. I got Peter Pan syndrome, like, motherfucker, I want to be a kid forever. I think everyone wants to be a kid forever. You know, it's just, it's not realistic, but I don't want to be an adult.
The reason why I want to do the show is just to kind of show the world that, you know, the stereotypical gamer can actually go out, be active, and dance, and do something besides just being a basement dweller.
Since a small kid, I was bid to stand strong and fight back, attack with skills they slept on. To back down is weak, but me, I kept on. Look now, my throne, I'm fake, I'm real ill, you know. I came to stand on one name, but get so mundane, I can't even obtain the flow. Whoa, this is crazy. We on fire. We make it hot. We rock. We about to burn this mother down. Sick and tired, sick and tired. Sick and tired, sick and tired. Sick and tired, sick and tired. I got a headache. Let's go. I'm taking a back road. Cats got it twisted, predicting that drive slow.
So let's just see what the judges thought. Lorianne?
I'm just teasing, that's how real you were. I was scared up here, scared for my life. There was a lot of athleticism in that. I mean, you were up your levels, you were down. I was really impressed, and you know what? I felt like you loved it.
I'm glad that you guys liked it, so thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Nice. And Bryn, how was your time?
Well, one thing that you guys don't know is that he just quit smoking on Friday. He just quit drinking, and he's trying to use this also to lose weight. So it's like so much more than him just being here to dance. Like he used this as a catapult to change his life.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so fearless and amazing.
Over the years, Blade and Keem collaborated regularly on content with the help of their friend Scott. They filmed episodes regularly of The Bad Kid Show, Bad Kid Cast, and various skits.
Me and Blade were, at that time, podcasts were all audio podcasts. There was no such thing as like video podcasts. That shit like really didn't exist other than like maybe Joe Rogan was doing it at the time.
Yeah.
So what me and Blade were doing is we were doing an audio podcast, but we were also doing a video podcast, but YouTube kept shutting down the beta channels. So we have this podcast fucking mic, right? That's like wireless and like portable. And we're like going out at parks and bars and going to football games. And we're like literally doing a podcast like in the real world. Like we're doing segments of the podcast in a 7-Eleven and shit. And it's like, to this day, I don't think anyone's done anything like that. And that's what made that episode so fucking crazy. At one point we had like all like computers and like pro mics and all shit outside next to a fucking campfire. And we're recording a fucking audio podcast like outside where we're sitting around a fire having drinks and stuff. So I think what me and Blade did, if it could have existed without being shut down the way it was visually, I think we were building something that was going to change the genre forever.
The world is an oyster, locked in a shell. You like the taste of it. Can't take the smell.
You gotta be living for right now, this moment.
I can't sleep to save my life. The day is done, but I don't think I got it right. I don't wanna guess right now. You're probably just what I need. I can't stand your mouth.
I'm DJ Keemstar. I'm here with
I'm gonna let Only Use Me Blade, 500,000 subscribers, All of Duty champion, throw the disc up in the air. 3, 2, 1, push it! Put it up!
I dot my T's and cross my I's. Pretend that I can write. I haven't got a nice thing to say about anyone except the one who caught me staring, so I just walked away. No one likes to give themselves.
She is desperately looking for an exit right now.
They don't like gifts.
How is it?
Fuck more, bro. Life would be so much easier if I was an asshole like you.
Modern Warfare 3? Guess what? We got you an Xbox too. You ready to do this? Hold it.
This is just for Joe. It was just for me, okay? So I got you some ice cream.
Here's the controller thingy. Look at that.
Blade would start doing something called drunk streams, where someone would donate and he would take a shot. This would often result in Blade getting blackout drunk. According to many different sources, Blade becomes a completely different person when he drinks.
The whole drinking on live stream thing actually came from Keem.
Really?
Yeah, because Keem knows me and we would party, you know what I mean? But he would just be like, dude, like, you're one of the funniest people in general, but when you're drunk, you are hands down the funniest person I know. And so he was like, dude, if you did a stream where they pay you to take shots, you're gonna make a lot of money and it's gonna be fucking hysterical. And so I did it, and it was, I woke up with a hangover and a fucking like hella money in my PayPal. I was like, this is fucking dope. So then I would start to do it, like, it used to be like every Friday night I would do it. But the thing is that when I would not drink, people would be like, I'm gonna save my money and just get you plastered next time you do a drinking stream. So it kind of turned into, you know, doing drinking streams more often.
I was able to get in contact with Blade and Keem's producer, Scott, who helped film a lot of their videos and also lived with Blade around the time. Although he declined an interview, he gave me a brief description of what he had witnessed during his friendship with Blade. When Blade was sober, he was a good guy, but when Blade was drunk, he would do fucked up stuff. He also revealed that Keemstar himself had reached out to him several times to do a documentary on Blade, although he had declined because he believed it would be too mentally taxing, although was not against the idea of a documentary being made.
Well, I know Keem has said that you're a different person when you drink. He said that on the Cold Ones podcast. Do you believe that?
Oh, absolutely, dude. All right, how are you talking to me right now? Like, you're talking to me, like, it really is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing, where it's just like, there's Brian, and then there's, like, you know, drunk Blade, and like Lit Romney is the most exaggerated, super far ridiculous thing you'll ever see.
During 2014 is when the drunk streams began to take a bad turn. Blade's drink of choice on stream was Jaeger, and thousands would tune in to see Blade get fucked up and take shots. He would often make a fool of himself, get blackout drunk, and regularly say slurs.
What is your feelings on global appropriation?
I don't know what the fuck that is, and I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know what you're saying.
What I'm saying though, Steph Jade, is what is your stance on black people?
What? I love black people.
Lover.
Huh, and you go and say that word. Amazing. I'm gonna leave, because then he'll leave. Okay, bye. Bye.
This N-word. Fucking Fucking Who the fuck are you?
Blade, you need to end the stream, like, right now, dude. I know that sounds...
You need it in your fucking ass mouth.
Brian.
Hello, babe.
You go to bed, yeah? Bedtime.
Blade uploaded a video talking about how the drunk streams were having a negative impact on his life.
Just gotta do it. You know? You just gotta do it. I have to make that change, and my promise as a relationship from me to you as a viewer is I'll make that change. Because I don't want you to sit back and be like, fuck, dude, now Blade's just a drunk, you know? Blade's just a fucking fat, fucking obnoxious drunk. And I don't want to let you down relationship-wise. I don't want any of my actual relationships in the real world being affected anymore by this. You know how many awesome people that just completely wrote me off? And rightfully so. I'm not saying they're bad for that. I would have done the same thing. Yeah, so just gotta change. I'm moving in like a week. New place, new beginnings. And if you're still around, thank you. And to reward you with that, I'm gonna be a better, more advanced version of the person that you knew before. And just to better myself, so.
Shortly after, the final Bad Kid Cast episodes were released, and Blade talked about how he decided to move back to Seattle and that he'd been feeling unhappy living in Buffalo, but assured him and Kim were still great friends.
The Bad Kid Cast is ending.
It is.
The Bad Kid Cast is no longer going to be the Bad Kid Cast.
All right, so obviously I moved out here in order to do the Bad Kid Cast. We were doing in real life videos. They were epic. We're not going to harp on the whole situation with Scott not wanting to be on the show anymore. And so I've been kind of out in Buffalo and not the happiest of people. I was obviously much happier in Seattle, and I'm taking the opportunity to move back to Seattle, and I'm moving back November 1st.
Here's my thing. Well, a lot of people might say, well, why don't you guys just do it on Skype? You know, why don't you get on Skype? I wanted the Bad Kid Cast. I want the Bad Kid Cast to be a legitimate radio show, a legitimate podcast, if you will. And if you look at any high-level podcast or radio show, you know, they have a studio. They have the people that are talking in-house, you know. Talking over Skype is such an amateur level. And even if Blade had a really good recorder on his end, and then we matched the audio up, it's not the same. The chemistry won't be there. Like, Blade can't see me, I can't see him. Well, maybe you can go on webcam. It's still not the professional.
It's not the same as being in the same room with the person.
Right. And I don't want to continue the show and you know, you got to understand.
Put out a subpar product.
You got to understand the show went from fucking talking over Skype, then it advanced to fucking Blade moving here, us doing real life podcasts like in video form. Then we downgraded to a radio show, but it wasn't just a radio show anymore. We had professional equipment, you know? So I don't want to go back to where we started, where we're talking on Skype again. I don't want to do that. I want to move the show farther on. And I don't want this to be a situation like PKA where, you know, Blade's kicked off the show or whatever, or leaves the show, and then, you know, Keemstar and a different host, you know, continue the Bad Kid Cast. It can't work that way.
Yeah.
This is our show. We both own it. And if we're not going to continue to do it, then the show just ends.
And you also brought up another good point that if there was ever a time when you're in Seattle, or if I'm ever in New York, or we go to an event or whatever like that, you fucking best believe we're doing a cast when we meet up.
Episode 109 was the final episode of the Bad Kid Cast, where Blade and Keem recapped a recent UMG event the pair had attended. Blade moved back to Seattle on November 1st. Blade and Keem still maintained their friendship and would reunite for a Bad Kid Cast over Google Hangouts.
My name is Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only Use Me Blade.
This is the Bad Kid Cast, the audio cast that you listen to
and watch while you game.
Blade would eventually move to a streamer house in Missouri. Keemstar tells some stories on the Baited podcast in 2017 that provide some insight into Blade's drinking and behavior.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm supposed to tell... Whatever, I'll tell a story. I don't give a fuck. So, do you know who Soar Clan is?
Mm-hmm.
Muppets.
It's a big Call of Duty clan, right? At TwitchCon, they had this like big party, and they invited all the Call of Duty YouTubers there. Everyone was there. Everyone was drunk. Everyone was having a great time. And friends of mine, you know, Fultz, who's actually part of Doom, Over, who's part of Soar, or was part of Soar, but he left, Nuda, and this other guy who I'm really good friends with, like my best friend, Only Use Me Blade, all right? So he was there, and when Blade drinks, like Blade gets drunk, like he gets crazy, like when he gets drunk. Like everybody who
he's a waster.
Everyone who has ever partied with Only Use Me Blade has an Only Use Me Blade story, because he gets wasted and he's just a complete riot. And I get a phone call from Big Fultz, and he's like, the Soar kids just got Blade arrested for rape.
What?
For rape at this party.
What the fuck?
So I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, what the hell? Like, first of all, I knew it wasn't true immediately when he called me. This
How
cannot
did you know?
be true.
Isn't he
So I-
wasted out of his mind, like pretty much all
No,
the time?
he gets wasted and he's funny. He's hilarious. He'll start roasting people.
Well, you told me
make-
once that he just slaps drinks out of people's hands and drinks them.
Yeah, but that's the shit
But
that
it's
Keem
funny.
finds funny. That's the kind of shit Keem finds funny.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, here's an example of Only Used to Be Blade, all right? We're at PAX West, like 2015, right? First of all, I was banned on Twitch, so I had to sneak in, all right? So I got lucky because I was at the YouTube gaming event or whatever, and they had black wristbands, and the Twitch party had black wristbands too. So there's this giant line when we pull up. Me and Blade go all the way up to the front to the bouncer. We're like, yeah, this is our event. We work here. And he's like, oh, okay, go right in. We were acting like we worked at Twitch. But anyhow, we're at this event. We're having a good time. We're talking to these group of girls who are Twitch streamers, like pretty much booby streamers. And I'm having a conversation with them and some other YouTuber. And Blade comes in and he introduced himself. And he's like, hi, I'm Blade. And when the girls went to go shake his hand, he used his other hand. He used his left hand and reached and took their drink. And he goes, what you drinking here? And he slammed it and gave her the cup back. That shit to me is fucking hilarious.
That just seems really cunty, to be honest.
But it's just funny because, like, who fucking does that, right? So listen, the story gets even better, right? Later that night, I leave, all right? And basically everyone's leaving this Twitch party, and I go with, I can't think of her name for anything right now, Zombie Unicorn. Me and
Oh
Zombie
my
Unicorn,
God.
we take off and we go to the IHOP to get some, like, fucking pancakes or whatever to sober up. I can't find Blade. I lost him, dude. And the fucking IHOP is just packed full of, like, Twitch people, right? So everyone's shooting the shit. We're eating our pancakes or whatever the fuck we're eating, right? And all of a sudden, I look over and I see Blade sitting all by himself in, like, a 2-seat, like, little booth. And I go over there. I'm like, hey, what's up, buddy? I was looking all over for you. I was like, do you care if I take this seat, like, as a joke? And he goes, no, you can't sit here. And I was like, what? I was like, are you all right? Are you good? He's like, I'm good. I was like, okay, what the fuck? So I go back and eat my pancakes, right? I get an Uber home. I go to bed. I have no idea what's wrong with Blade. Maybe he's just too drunk or whatnot. All of a sudden, he starts texting me these fucking videos of him in his car by himself, just crying, snot's coming out of his nose. He's like, I fucking hate life.
How is this funny?
Okay.
This isn't a funny story.
Listen,
When does he rape someone?
Yeah, where'd the rape come from?
Listen to me. All right, I'm not done telling the story. Okay.
Well, cut to the point.
Eventually, we figure out somebody was trying to date rape that girl, and Blade saved her from being raped because he snatched her drink out of her hand and slammed it.
Yeah, I don't find date rape really funny, Kim.
It's funny. He saved a girl from being date raped by being a drunk.
So
like,
why are people saying he tried to rape someone then?
okay, so anyhow, at this current event, right, when they were saying that he was a rapist or whatever, and they told the cops this, I called Overflow, which is another YouTuber. I called him up and I was like, what happened? Because I'm concerned. This is like my best friend, right? And Overflow's like, dude, I don't know what's going on, man. Like, these kids told the cops that Blade tried to rape this girl, Sore Butters. And I'm like, no, he fucking didn't. And he's like, yeah, he didn't. I know because I talked to Sore Butters. Over actually talked to the girl who was apparently being raped, and she's like, no, that didn't happen. I talked to literally everyone at this party, and this is what I gathered, right? When Blade gets drunk, his pants fall down. It just happens, right?
God.
His pants just fall down. They always fall down, right? He'll be dancing or whatever. His belt isn't on right because he's like going to the bathroom, taking pisses, and his pants fall down. So anyhow,
creature.
He was drunk. He was looking for a room at the party to go to bed in. He goes into Nuda's room and he's like, oh, bed. And Nuda's like, you can't sleep here, bro. So then he goes to this girl, Sore Butters' room, to sleep in there, and she's like, I'm in here. So then he leaves, As he's coming out of her room, his pants are down. All right. So this dude called FaZe Dirty and this other dude called Scissors, were like, they're part of the SOAR clan or whatever, or maybe one's in FaZe, I don't know. They confront Blade as he's coming out of the fucking room, and they're like, "What did you do? Did you rape that girl? What happened?" Right? And they convinced,
because his pants were down.
They convinced everybody at that party, because apparently they were talking shit about Blade like behind his back all night. All right. So they were looking for a reason to be mad at him or whatever. They fucking started convincing each other that he tried to rape Butters, all right? And they started attacking him and hitting him and chasing him out of the house. Now, while all this is going on, the cops are already there. The police are already there because they're there for a noise complaint. And the fucking leader of SOAR, which is SOAR Mac, is out talking to the cops. Now, SOAR Mac is actually dating this girl, Butters, right? Their boyfriend and girlfriend. So Blade comes storming out of the house with his pants still down. His face is all bloody because they were fucking hitting him and everything else, thinking he's a rapist. And when he comes to the house, Mac hears it, and he starts telling the cops, he's like, "He just raped my girlfriend. He just raped my girlfriend. Arrest him." So at this time, while all this is going on, they're trying to kick people out of the party because basically, like, there's a noise complaint and all that shit. During this whole process, nobody talked to Butters. Nobody talked to the girl and said, "Hey, did Blade rape you?"
Okay. He's not a rapist. It was a big misunderstanding because they're all drunk and they're all fucking
But we're not done yet, all right?
Oh
So
my God.
the police go in and they start doing an investigation, right? And they're trying to figure out, did someone get raped or not? They talk to the girl, and of course the girl's like, "No, he just came in here and then walked back out," right? There was like 70 people at this party. Those people that were there already left thinking that Blade was a rapist. So they never got the fucking truth, all right, of what really happened. And I'm furious. There were fucking FaZe Agony and Kostov's girlfriend were like crying and all this shit. Like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this happened to this poor girl." Like all this dumb shit. And they were telling everyone and spreading all these fucking rumors. So I went public on social media. I'm like, Blade is not a rapist. These people are lying. Don't go to a SOAR party, because if they get a noise complaint, they'll try to fucking get out of it by claiming that you're a rapist or whatever. So I got Agony and fucking Kostov in my DMs trying to convince me that Blade is a rapist. I'm like, I just talked to fucking everyone, motherfuckers. No, he's not. Like, you guys got your fucking story messed up. And they're like, "No, man, we were there." Well, come to find out, Kostov's lying through his fucking teeth. He wasn't even there. All he did is go there and just pick somebody up. So listen, the moral of the story is, I got in contact with SOAR and I was like, "If you do not make this right and publicly come out and say that Blade is not a rapist, I'm going to actively destroy your fucking shit." And basically he came out and he did apologize, but because I didn't think that the apology was sincere and I didn't think it was real enough, I decided to join SOAR's competitor, Doom, and I'm going to blow Doom up because fuck SOAR Clan. These fucking people literally accuse people of rape.
How long ago did this rape story happen?
TwitchCon.
This TwitchCon?
Yes.
Oh, god damn, I missed the whole fucking thing.
Well, from what Keemstar told me, this SOAR clan tried to cover it up. Tried not to draw any attention to it at all, basically just tried to sweep it under the carpet.
How come this isn't very public at the moment?
Yeah, because they tried to sweep it under the carpet.
Because nobody knows about it. This is the first time anyone's talking about it right now.
The trouble is with the story, and it is a good story. You mentioned quite a few names there. Nobody knows these people's fucking names.
Like, no one knows who these people are.
I think it's kind of like a difficult story to follow because there are like a lot of characters involved. Nobody's going to know who they are. So let me summarize for the audience if I've got this right. Basically, Keem's fat friend, Blade, who's basically an alcoholic, waster, zoo animal. Well, he gets drunk at parties a lot.
He's a legend.
And,
he's a legend.
He's a legend. He's a complete idiot. For some reason, it's a tradition for his trousers to always fall down because apparently his fingers are too fat to work a belt.
And steal girls' drinks.
Yeah, he steals girls' drinks like it's insanely unfunny. But one time he actually saved this bitch's life by mistake, so he's kind of a hero. Like Shrek, if you like. Accidental hero. So anyways, this guy goes into the girl's room, like he probably smelled chicken or something. Something was cooking. So he goes into the room, she's in the bed. She's not naked or anything, right?
No, she's not
naked.
naked.
No, she's just
like
in the fucking bed.
clothes.
She's just in the bed.
Yeah.
So basically, she tells him to fuck off, and apparently, this is enough to make his trousers fall down again. So now, these SOAR people Like this bunch of spotty losers who play Call of Duty for a living and are basically just complete pond scum, you know, see him come out of the room and decide that this guy's now a rapist because they don't really like him very much and because they're brain dead.
Yep.
This girl's boyfriend goes to the police, who also happened to be there anyway because the neighbors called them because the party was too loud, and says, this fucker raped my girlfriend, even though he didn't and is still yet to ask the girl if he even raped her in the first place. That's pretty much it, right?
Keemstar, in his 2020 appearance of Cold Ones, tells the story of a fan meetup they did in 2016, where a fan proposed to his girlfriend in front of Blade. However, things take a much darker turn.
Blade tried to fuck his fans' fucking wife. Like, what do you mean? I don't care how much alcohol I've had.
Let me tell the story.
All right, tell the story. It is funny. It is funny. Scott, more shots. Yuri, more shots. Soju.
You ruined it.
Yuri,
by
could I
setting
get
it up that
a
way.
water, please?
You ruined it by setting it up that way.
All right,
Okay.
Keem Cold Ones clip talks about Only Use Me Blade. Let's go.
I did a fan meetup in Kansas City, okay? And it was 2016. An ice storm was coming in, right? So we were about to cancel the fan meetup. The fan meetup was on Saturday. Ice storm coming in, about to cancel it. So we said to people, we're like, listen, you know what we're gonna do? Let's go Friday, where the weather hasn't hit, the ice storm hasn't come in. Let's do a fan meetup Friday, and we'll just change the date and see if people want to come. We'll still go Saturday when we're planned, but let's just tell them Friday. So we tell people, hey man, a big ice storm tomorrow, so shit might be bad. We might have to cancel. Just come out tonight. Come out tonight to the bar. Only like 20 people came out because it was just from a tweet, right? One of the guys that comes out looks at Blade and he says, Blade, I'm a huge fan of you. And Blade's like, oh, that's awesome, man. He goes, no, you don't get it. I've been watching you since I've been a little kid. He's like, you're my hero. And Blade's like, oh, dude, that's awesome, man.
This guy's already retarded.
Let me
then.
buy you a drink, right? Blade was a legend back in the day. Before he was a live streamer, he was a Call of Duty legend on YouTube.
Wouldn't say legend.
No, he was a legitimate legend. He was an icon in YouTube 2009, 2010, 2011. Throughout those years, he was like a ninja. Like Ninja today. He was
He's
like
not sneaking anywhere.
He was on that caliber. He was. He ran around Call of Duty and knifed the fuck out of people. He was a god. So this guy's a fan of him and he's like, oh, you're my hero. All of a sudden, this same guy who's the fanboy drops to one knee and he goes, Blade, I wanted to do this in front of you. And he's there with his girlfriend, right? He drops down on one knee and proposes to his girlfriend. He goes, I wanted to do this in front of baby. I love you. Will you marry me? And she says yes, and she's crying, and he's crying, and Blade's like, yo, this is awesome. Jaeger bombs. And we're all do shots, and it's like this beautiful moment just happened with this super big fanboy, right? The next day, 500 people showed up to the fan meetup through the ice and storm. It was awesome. They came back. Great time. Fast forward a year and a half. Blade gets banned off of Twitch because he's doing some fucked up drunk streams.
I'll tell you what he did.
Twitch.
He got a donation to put a finger in his asshole.
In his butthole, yes.
So he bent over and he shoved his finger in his asshole for like, it was like $100.
Friday night.
But a year and a half later, Blade gets banned off of Twitch, and it's New Year's, okay? And at New Year's, he lives with Big Fultz and some other Twitch streamers. They're having a big Twitch New Year's party.
They're big at the time. They're not big anymore.
And they're all streaming on Twitch. But Blade is banned on Twitch, so he has to stream down in the basement.
And this isn't a basement. This is an unfinished beams, unconstructed walls basement. It looks like a crack den.
Yeah,
Go on.
anyhow. So Blade's down in the basement, streaming on YouTube. All the other streamers are up there on Twitch and they're having a party, and they decide that they're going to invite their biggest donators on their streams to this New Year's party. So Big Fultz and the other streamers, they have all these random fans at the party. And Blade was like, okay, who's my biggest fan? Who's my biggest donation? Well, it was the guy that proposed to his wife in front of him, right? So he invites him. So that guy comes with his fucking brand new wife, because they did get married within this year and a half time frame, right? Everyone's partying upstairs, having a good time. Well, the super fan of Blade's wife comes downstairs and starts hanging out with Blade on Blade's stream, because Blade's all by himself. They're drinking, and Blade's like, have a shot. So she has a shot, he has a shot, and then he starts grabbing her titty. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Okay. Then they start making out.
Blade is making out with this girl.
Are they married at the summer? Just
They're
engaged?
married.
Okay, yeah.
Married. Grabs her titty, making out with her. All of a sudden, I see the super fan walk down the stairs behind them.
He looks directly at them.
He looks directly at them, and it goes, "Oh my God," and turns around and goes back upstairs. And Blade quickly turns around. And he's like, Shibby, come over here, have a drink with us. And he's like, Shibby, come on. Like, dude, it was so bad. So now Blade is busted, okay? He just started grabbing the titty and making out with his biggest fan's wife that proposed in front of him. Like, you cannot write a better fucking story, right?
See, this is why he likes Blade.
Yes.
He likes watching a train wreck. That's why you have a
don't-
fucking drama channel.
Who is more entertaining than this?
In 2017, Keemstar met Ice Poseidon and would later introduce Blade to Ice.
Yo, what it do, man? What it do? I'm live streaming.
Look at this baiter.
So this is the baited podcast right now. What do you want to say?
Why do you fake everything? This dude called me, said, be out here smoking a cigarette.
You weren't supposed to tell him that.
10 minutes.
It's in our
I'm just saying,
contract.
it's
In early 2018, the How to Basic channel released a video called Face Reveal, in which they had many different YouTubers star saying that they were How to Basic. Keemstar made an appearance in the video, but when he went to film his part, he sat down and his chair broke due to him being overweight. I am How to Basic! Keem became worried about his health and decided he and Blade needed to get in shape. Keemstar flew Blade back out to Buffalo, and Blade stayed for 50 days at Keem's makeshift rehab. Blade would remain sober for 5 months until he eventually returned to drunk streaming. Ice Poseidon was a streamer who blew up in 2016. He did in-real-life streams which are him walking around the streets of Los Angeles streaming his adventures to the audience. He had his own brand called the CX Network, and his own website called IP2 that acts as a hub for IRL streaming, and many streamers in the community were a part of IP2. In the middle of 2018, Ice was asking on Twitter who should live in his mansion in Florida. Many people suggested Blade, and Blade was flown down to Florida and stayed in Ice's streamer house.
Ice puts out this tweet saying, "Hey, I'm going to Florida for a streamer house. Who should we get?" And a lot of people said me. And I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" They're like, "Oh my God," people are like, "Blade, this is your time to shine." And he's like, "Oh, I've seen clips of Blade getting super drunk and saying crazy shit. He might be fun." And so Ice is like, brings me out to Florida. I didn't know anything about IRL. Okay. I brought I'm an iPhone guy. I brought my iPhone out there. And he's like, "Where's your fucking," like, I didn't have a selfie stick. And he's like, "You can't stream on an iPhone, dude. You need an Android." I was fully new to it. And I'd been sober for 6 months at the time. I'm asking if I should bring out my PlayStation. He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?" No. So I didn't know anything about IRL. And then Ice gave me his setup to stream one night at the house and like a half gallon of Jaeger, and I just went to town and people loved it.
Blade would return back to Missouri and not much of note happening, with Blade just doing drunk streams until the end of 2018. On Blade's 36th birthday, Ice Poseidon bought plane tickets to Hawaii for Blade, Sam Pepper, Mexican Andy, EBZ, and a few of the other members of the CX network. Ice had a plan to get some chaotic IRL content, and things got crazy on the first day.
Guys, let's talk about some. Yeah, get in. We gotta talk about a lot of stuff. I'm going to try some Spider-Man. Yeah, ladies, you're fucking in.
Hi, Spider-Man here. It's Blade's birthday! We have to get fucked up! It's his birthday!
Happy Blade's birthday. Yeah, we're here in Hawaii for the first time ever. We're gonna get wasted. We're gonna go to Waikiki, Mr. G's house. You know Mr. G? That's my dog. All right, watch out, guys. I gotta make a turn here.
Fucking God!
We're chilling, though. I made it. You guys want to get there quick, or you want to get there slow? I missed that turn. It went from a 5-minute destination into a 17-minute.
It's called traffic! I guess people have jobs in Hawaii. It's almost 5.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
At what point do we take
I'm gonna go into the first exit lane I see and get the fuck off the highway. And we'll figure it out from there. This is awful. God.
Oh, it's not. Grand Theft Auto, it's our lives.
It's a video game. We're gonna get pulled over, hopefully not. You're doing pretty good though. You got my support. Keep going. You got my support. Traffic. You got my support. Fucking traffic. You think I deal with traffic, dude?
We have an emergency.
you're gonna need one of these. Though.
Never. When
you
I'm
don't,
30.
You fuck with no condoms.
When I'm okay,
and you're
and
rich.
they have birth control.
Yeah, they don't take the birth
First of all,
control
I'm
and they
not-
try to get your money.
I'm
That's
not-
how this works.
I'm not rich.
70.
Everyone's just staring.
Whoa, look at this
We're
one.
gonna die here. This is where we
Yo.
die. Oh, I want to go to this volcano.
Wait, Paul.
The curse words to the minimum, please.
I'm sorry.
Guest complaints. Thank you.
Is that loud?
Have we been cursing?
18 naked cowboys in the shower at Sam Ranch. Big waiting to be sucked.
EBZ, why are you turning that on? You did. I didn't do that.
At the end of the first day, Ice took them to stay with a man named Mr. G, where they'd all be sharing a room with one bed. Blade was not happy by the situation.
I never met you never met me, so let's just like keep it like
we met
you
through
know?
the internet.
I know, hey, I never met you. What's up?
They were being so rude, Mr. G.
An expression in Spanish, mi casa, su casa. I don't have much. I'm not a multi-million subscriber YouTuber. But what I have.
Film BBC's reaction, please.
Look, I don't have much, but what I have is yours, okay? Look, I don't have much, but what I have is yours. Mi casa, su casa. Okay?
You got an Xbox. You should play Xbox.
Oh, hell yeah! Woo! All right. Yeah, like I said, I don't have much.
You'll sleep on the patio?
Yeah, I'll sleep on the patio with the cats.
Fuck.
See, look, dude,
How many
I'm
cats do you
very.
have?
Look, if you one thing about me, I'm very sincere, I'm very genuine, and I'm very genuous. My name is Gregory. I'm very gregorious. All right.
ABC, do you want this side of the floor or do you want this side of the
Look,
floor?
I believe you included wood. Look, you're taller than I saw.
Happy birthday.
Don't fight me.
No, it's not that bad, right?
Can we just see how many people we can fit in the bed real quick? Everyone, get side
Hold
by
up.
side.
So I was saying like three. Because
Where
you
they
guys
go?
said none of you ever shower. But
Where we actually
Motel 6. I go to a Motel 6. Like,
Where we actually staying, dude?
Like,
That's-
come on.
that's
This is like being in Sacramento when we went to Charlie's house and there's nowhere to be.
Bro, but
This
you
is
got
like going to
bro,
Charlie's
you guys
house
got free
and there was
Hawaiian
nowhere to
flights.
go.
Well, there's not
Fine.
shit on the
No, that's
floor,
true.
so it's a little bit different.
All right, so basically, here's the plan. We're doing a sleep stream tonight, so I can make all the money back for the money that I've spent on the flights. So let's just do this for one night, and then the rest of the nights I get us a nice ass place. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do me a favor here, please.
Of course, but that makes sense. You should have just
So
told us. Yeah,
please,
yeah.
no Motel 6 tonight.
No,
I'll
we
get us.
got you,
I'll get
got
us
you.
a
Come
swank.
on,
I'll
we
get
got
us a nice swanky thing on the beach for the rest of the week.
I just didn't know if you were here or not. Man. But you are. Yeah.
You guys
What?
should
What do you
get
mean?
booze or something.
Yeah,
You guys get booze or
ABC,
something.
Let's just get you.
ABC,
Yeah, we're
you've
getting
got to
started.
understand there's always method behind his madness.
There's a method behind everyone's madness.
To be completely honest with you, dude, I don't really like the situation. And it's kind of a tough position because I don't want to be like ungrateful.
Dude,
You know?
it's your birthday. You shouldn't feel bad.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll cuddle. Maybe we'll troll each other while we sleep. It'll be content. Send me lots of videos of this cat. Yo!
Let's go get all of us fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's your birthday.
That's all that matters, all right? As long as we get fucked up, everything will be okay.
Ice takes Blade and a few of the others out drinking, and Ice attempts to get a random girl in Domino's to go on a date with Blade.
You guys go there. I'll be over here.
Let's get some cheesy sticks, bro. Open that goddamn door. There you go. Yeah, it's his birthday. Cheesy sticks. Hi. How are you?
I love cheesy
What are you doing? Waiting for what kind of food?
Chicken!
You know, it's my friend's birthday today.
Yeah, which friend?
Only use me Blade. What are you doing? But instead of waiting for food by yourself, you should be waiting for food with Only Use Me Blade. Blade, come here. Come here. Look at this. Fucking look.
Those things stink.
Aloha and smells like flowers. Fucking aloha dog, roses and shit. Here, sit down. Take a seat.
I'm gonna buy you some cheese. Oh,
Take a seat. Trust me. Trust me.
How you doing?
What's your name?
Rose.
Rose, just like the flowers on his neck.
That's not.
You're not.
Well, the red ones are roses.
Okay.
So, what did you order today?
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken?
Like
You know, that's
the
the same-
pizza or
No,
that's-
just chicken.
That's
just
the same-
chicken?
They have really good chicken here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the same thing he ordered earlier. So you guys are obviously on the same wavelengths.
Freaking soulmate.
Did you go to a club earlier?
Like yesterday.
You have an excellent.
I want semen flavored cheese sticks. I want semen flavored cheese sticks.
I want you to play the Chiefs. I want you to play
Because I'm getting some cheese sticks. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. Sorry, Rose. But I'm just being realistic. You're clearly just waiting to get some chicken things or whatever. It's my birthday. I'm trying to get lit, and you don't look like a lit person. You don't look like you like to get like violently drunk and kick it with like 9 dudes at once.
I have a really high tolerance, so like I hardly get drunk at all.
You look lit as fuck, honestly. For real, but do you live in Hawaii?
I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at apartments here.
That's why you're here?
Yes. Like a test run.
Where are you from?
Oregon.
Oh, I'm from Seattle.
Nice.
You know, I've been to Oregon before Portland.
Yes.
And I think it's a very nice place. A bunch of fucking weirdos, though.
True.
Listen, the whole point of this conversation is it's his birthday.
Yes.
And
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
You look like you're about 22?
No.
She's under 21.
I have X's on my hands because it means that I can't drink because I went to a club last night, but I'm 18.
Perfect age for only use me play.
Wait, how old were you when 9/11 happened?
24.
2, I think.
2?
I think.
How did that affect you?
I don't remember.
Wow.
Like at all.
I just looking for those reference points. I don't know.
Why do you want to move to Hawaii?
Because it's all rainy and gray 9 months here in Oregon.
Look like an
I like the
Florida.
ocean and
Jesus.
You're doing so well. Go back.
All right.
I'm from Florida. What do you mean? He says that Florida's a piece of shit. I'm from Florida.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Can I
Oregon ain't that great.
Hey, can I say something real quick though? Washington, Oregon, California people think the other states are meh. Like that's
Florida's probably the best state.
Washington is. Washington.
Hawaii is like a pretend good
Oregon and California have really friendly people, and then Hawaii has like even friendlier people. And that's what I want. It's like a sense of community.
Yeah.
Hey, Florida's got weirdos and crackheads.
Yeah.
You know, Washington has the most dogs per owner.
You know, Hawaii has the most meth users per capita.
Okay.
So, I mean, if that's what you're looking for, I think you should move into Los Angeles.
It's too expensive.
Okay. Live in my guest house.
No.
I thought that was my spot, bro. You just took my spot.
No,
What's up with that?
I did not take this.
You
It's still your own.
can bunk with him. That's the plan.
How old did you turn today?
How old do you think I am?
I really have no idea.
20-something.
No, I'm 36. I made it this far.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen. The thing is, it's his birthday.
Actually, I'm gonna pull.
Get him a nice date.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Ouchie.
What about you, though?
What about me?
You seem like you would take him on a great date in Hawaii.
I am good at dates, but no, I'm going to a friend's place tonight after I get chicken.
By friend, you mean only use me plate?
No. No, I mean my friend Max.
Listen to this.
Actually, his name's Matt.
No, it's
We have a
not.
hotel room, and there's 8 of us, and we have 1 bed. Doesn't that sound?
Sounds like a fun time. Have fun.
Or we can go to Mr. G's house. It's a 300 square foot house. It's got 2 cats. He's a fired substitute teacher. He might be a serial killer.
He's not a serial killer, dude. He's a nice guy.
Why else would you be a fire substitute?
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When this guy was trying to talk shit about this Mr. G's guy,
Make sure you turn volume down, Brett.
one of the insults he used is that he doesn't have an upper lip. Is that an insult?
He does not have an upper lip.
But why is that an insult
You
though?
have to see him to understand.
I don't know. I don't know if that's.
I don't think it's an insult.
Would you like to see Mr. G?
No.
Would you like to hang out with us?
No. I have people to hang out with right after this, like just down the
Are we
street.
not cool people? I have an Apple Watch
I don't really care about Apple Watches.
and an iPhone
I
7.
am an Android person.
I have an S8 and a vape.
Yeah, I don't like vaping.
What's wrong with you? What are you?
So your text.
Like an Android- you
Wait,
really
so when
are.
you get a text, it's
I
like
really am an Android person.
so your texts are green.
Can I get an order of cheesy sticks, please?
I got a vape.
What? What's that?
This is Isocide and that's Sandpepper. I'm Only Use Me Blade. This has been a CX production. That's Mexican Andy over there. What we do is we IRL. This is live. We have 5,000 people watching right now.
Okay.
So if you want to shout something out, shout it out. I like that. Because a lot of times there's all these clout chasing and stuff that want to shout stuff out. And this thing stinks. I'm sorry.
It's a nice. Dude, it's nice.
No, I appreciate it, but it stinks though.
I do love to pop fatty moon.
DJ, are you streaming when it's his birthday?
I just got this. Yeah, it's THC.
Yes. I say it's his birthday and you're streaming, dude.
Turn it off. I just turned it on.
You didn't want to listen to your show.
Oh, by the way, I recollect. Come on. I recollected the cables and stuff, and that's your cable.
Yeah, this random guy just walked by and he's like, "Here, you want to buy this white weed cartridge?" I'm like, "Sure."
Well, let's go and do that.
Okay. I don't know. It works, bro.
The next day, Ice, Sandpepper, EBZ, and a few others went exploring through a forest. Blade was absent, refusing to go. One of the people joining us on the forest walk was a girl named Jazz, an 18-year-old who had donated to be on the stream and hang out with Ice. The next few days were spent getting into crazy situations in Hawaii. One night, the CX crew would go on the Hawaii pirate ship Adventure Evening Cruise. Jazz joined them. I talked with Jazz, and she recounted what happened that night. She claims that while she was on the pirate ship, Blade had groped her. A clip of this happening also exists.
Yeah. Philip. What are you?
Alright, hang on, lad. Hang on. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm good.
Okay.
Straight down. That's what we did.
That's not how you do it. Hang on a minute, mate. Alright. You're the one.
She also claimed to me that Blade said he was going to fuck her on the stream, although no clip of this can be found.
Blade, wake up.
Blade, come on.
Wake up, dude.
Let's go, buddy.
Bro, you okay?
Blade, wake up.
Wait.
Blade, get up. Get up.
He's still pushing his feet, Paul.
Get up, stand up.
He's still pushing his feet.
Die! Stand up. Just fuck away. Die.
Stand up.
No, die.
Stand up.
No, keep on his feet.
Stand up.
He's gonna make too much noise.
Blade, stand up.
He's gonna make too much noise.
Blade, stop.
You
gotta stand up, bro. You gotta stand up, Blade. Blade, you have to get up.
Yeah, but we gotta be quiet. The general
You gotta
manager's
get
right
up,
outside.
Blade.
You gotta be quiet. That's all. You just gotta be quiet.
Blade, we have to get up. We have to get up, dog. Blade, we have a flight at 5:30 a.m. We have to get up, dude. This is the best. Blade. Only use me, Blade.
Only use me hands.
Brian. Get up.
Try get in there while you're waiting. Because I know you gotta.
We're not gonna let you sleep unless you get up.
You gotta do
Hurry up now.
Blade. I'm pour water on you, Blade. He's not gonna wake up. I'll pour water on him to wake up. Yes. Blade, come on. Blade, wake up, dude.
That's a gym.
I paid for this room. Everybody get the fuck up. Blade.
Just get it if you need.
Blade.
Don't grab me. Why are you grabbing me? Why are you getting mad at me? Get mad at him.
Blade.
I didn't wake you up.
Blade, get up.
Hey, go to your rooms. Jasmine. Look.
Yes.
Lay down.
There you go, Blade.
That's it.
Good man.
Oh, yeah.
Good man, Blade. He's not gonna go outside, dude.
Just leave it like that. It's fine.
He's not gonna go to sleep.
Blade, go
Blade, Blade, it's healthier to sleep outdoors.
It is. Sorry, how much people do?
I mean, the balcony is not a bad spot to sleep.
It's not.
I mean, if you don't spend money for the room, you go sleep on the balcony. It's as simple as that. You go sleep on the... Hey, Jasmine?
Yes, sir.
Balcony.
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ. Here we go. Torture stream through DJ.
After the Hawaii trip concluded, Blade decided he wanted to move to California with Ice. On a live stream recapping the Hawaii trip, Ice interviewed Blade to see if he would be a good fit for the streamer house.
Blade. Hold on, come here, Blade. Here, take a seat with me.
Racist joke time. Ice, why did it take twice as many buses to get to the $1 million man mark?
Blade, so you want to live with me, huh?
Yeah. I just found out the people that are living with me are moving out. Missouri's miserable, and I think I can kill it out there in LA.
I think you can kill it in LA too. But what?
What if I said I loved you, Paul?
Well, that was mine, but what do you think you can provide living with me?
Rent.
Well, that's already a great start. What else, though?
Please. I mean, I have a vehicle. I'm a good roommate. I can pay rent.
Well, you did wake me up that one night when you were drunk as fuck. When I was trying to sleep, you kept waking my ass up.
My bad.
Okay.
But besides that, I mean, I want to get out. I want to get out of Missouri, and it's just there's nothing to do there, and there's all kinds of shit to do in LA, and you have rooms available. Why not?
You know, I've been evicted 7 times, Blade.
Okay.
If I get evicted again, then what?
Then you get another place. What do you mean?
Yeah, but they're not always easy.
Okay.
Blade is a groper.
I've never been evicted. So
would you help me from getting evicted?
Yeah.
Would you talk to the neighbor when you're blacked out drunk and make sure we don't get evicted?
Well, maybe not when I'm blacked out drunk. That's probably not the best idea, but yeah, I can definitely talk to him. I know how to handle situations.
Will you grope me in my sleep?
If you need me to, yeah.
Did you make up with Jasmine?
Yeah.
How? What happened?
She street sniped me when we were IRLing.
So she's not scared of you. It's a good
no,
sign.
Well, she spent about 8 hours on stream with me 2 nights ago.
And what'd you talk about? How did you make up? Did she bring it up, or?
No, obviously she brought it up. And then she explained it to my stream.
Blade, what about the robot? Blade, what about the robot? You would kill it literally.
She
You
wasn't
hate
scared
it.
of me, and she was like, we're friends and we're cool, and spent about 10 hours with her that day. And she was on the stream at Mr. G's house when it was me, Mr. G's, Mexican Andy, DJ. I was drinking.
We all love Blade. He brings good content and seems like a cool dude. Let him move in.
The thing that worries me, Blade, is that one day you're gonna hit the mistake.
What's the mistake?
One day you're gonna hit the mistake.
What's the mistake?
And then when you hit the mistake, it's gonna make it awkward. To live with you.
What's the mistake?
The mistake can be anything. I don't know what the mistake is. You don't know what the mistake is. No one knows what the mistake is until it happens. But when it happens, everyone knows.
Okay, well, I'm trying to figure out my housing situation.
maybe he can come there as he figures out his housing situation.
I mean, you can sleep over for like a week.
Okay. A month. Okay, we'll talk. But
There
yeah,
you go.
I want to
month.
I want to
Just
get.
so he can figure out his housing situation.
I want to move. I want to move out of Missouri.
I mean, actually, you could probably. I would do a month. You want to sleep over for a month? I'd do a month.
You know,
Is that like a trial period or something? Or
No, it's just like
say until okay.
I mean, maybe a month. If I get tired of you before the month, then just be like, all right, well, thanks for coming, goodbye.
Blade's behaviour in the CX network only got worse.
Hi, Blade. My dad died
It's a very sad
Can
one.
you please be quiet and dedicate 30 seconds to his favorite
He
song?
wants a 30-second
Please
silence.
take off your hat.
He wants to take off your hat for a 30-second silence.
Ah, look at the top of his head.
What up? For your standing, that's your key. Go smell.
Talk silly to this bitch.
Talk silly to her. Get her. Get her, Blade. Get her. Get her.
Have an ass, order a salad, shut the fuck up.
Please grab Blade. But can you guys remove Blade from the chair, please?
You better walk away this fucking room, bro. I know.
Come on, Blade. Come on. Gotta get out here, boy. Come on. There's Blade. This and you on Blade. You're out of line, homie. Come on, man. You're out of line, homie. Get out here. You're out of line, homie. Hey, come on.
You're out of line, homie. I swear to God, dude.
There's a chair right there. There's a chair. Wait, you actually peed on the fucking chair?
Stop whopping him.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yes,
You really think I pee on the chair, dude?
Yes.
You're a bitch.
I'm not. I'm just saying how it
you're a
is.
bitch.
You pissed yourself.
No, you're a bitch.
but it's
And
like-
you are a horrible person, and I don't like you, and die.
You're gonna die like this, Late. Drinking like this, you're gonna die. You're out of it.
I can see.
You're a mean person.
I'm not. I'm saying how
You
it
are a
is.
mean person. You have been mean. No, shit. You've been mean to me every single day. You've been. Hey, bro. If I was a fat dude, no, you.
I want a crispy beef. I want a crispy chicken taco and crispy chicken burrito.
All right, crispy chicken burrito.
Let's get 2 of those.
Can we get 2 of those, please?
7.
All right, can we get 7 crispy chicken burritos, please?
No, I'm not paying for that.
That's all right. I'll pay for it.
Goddamn right you will. Crispy chicken, bitch. White chicken, bitch.
Sorry, my buddy's had a little bit to drink.
Yeah.
7 crispy chicken burritos. Anything else? Anything else?
Ranch.
Oh, come on. Yeah, can we please have some ranch? And do you want anything to drink, Blade?
I want some water, bitch.
Yeah, water.
This is also around the time Blade met many of his IP2 friends, such as Bjorn, Casey Content, and Gucci, who will all be important later in the story.
I am coming to Cali March 4th for that Mr. Beast thing. So I'm definitely going to be there. And I will become manager of the DX network.
Things were getting out of control. That's when Keemstar decided to step in and try to help Blade. On March 4th, 2019, Ice Poseidon, Keemstar, and Andy Milonakis attempted to hold an intervention for Blade, which was live streamed and later uploaded on Ice's channel.
I have a drinking problem. When I drink in excess.
I'm your host, Killer Keemstar.
Hi, I love you.
Alrighty, Blade, we have issues. We have concerns. Blade, we care about you. We actually do. I mean, I think you're cool. That's why I invited you to come here. I think you're fucking awesome. But dude, the fucking drinking is, I mean, I don't think the drinking's like bad, but it's how you are when you're drunk. That's really bad. I mean, you've seen streams of yourself when you're wasted, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
When I drink too much. I get too fucked up. I'm aware of it. I've cut back. Like, I didn't drink all last week. I just kept it the weekends.
I mean, I care about you, and I want you to get fucking, you know, whatever you want for your stream. If you want to get drunk, like, I don't really care. But I don't know, if you can't control yourself, then you should find something else.
Okay.
And, I mean, I've never done an intervention before, so I don't really know what else to say other than stop fucking getting so wasted, but...
I feel like if nobody does this, or at least gives it a try, it's just going to continue day in and day out, day in, day out. When you see the level of fucked up you get...
Yeah, that's Cassandra. That's Cassandra. Well, very nice to meet you. I'm about to go back in the stream.
You're locked out of the house. You're stuck outside.
Please give me some water, bros. No, give me some purple water. Another thing, dude. No, I ain't drinking that shit.
And to the extreme, and just justifying it, like, you know, like, I guess I'll wear a fucking adult diaper, or
That
this.
was a joke, by the way.
Okay.
That's not really a thing.
You don't wear diapers?
No.
Well, it might help.
The extreme levels that you go when you're that fucked up, I feel like it's definitely time to, like, reevaluate and try not to justify, because it's so hard not to justify it, because you want to drink, and you want to drink, so you're going to be like, yeah, I got crazy that night, so what? I got crazy that night, so what? But you gotta kind of start, like, looking at yourself and being like, do I really want to be like this all the time? You know?
Blade, I've known you forever. You're my homie. I fucking love you.
Keem's been telling me to fucking knock it off for fucking years.
For way too long, and I've done more than just tell you. I flew you out to my house for, what, 30, 45 days? You didn't drink one drop, paid for all types of health shit to get you fucking fixed, room and board, everything. And then the minute you left my house, you went back home and
No,
did a drunk stream.
I was sober for 5 months from that. I was literally sober for 5 months.
I don't think that's true because I saw a drunk stream relatively right after.
No, that's not true. I was sober for about 5 months, and then I started drinking again. Like I said, if there's a way to get really, to get drunk and not out of control, then I would do it. But I've tried many times to do that, and it just doesn't work. When I do drink, I abuse the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Here.
Ice is pulling out the magic. So, I mean, now we're just in a waiting game.
Where do you want me to sit?
Wherever you want.
Blade, I will say I'm surprised with how well you've been taking this whole thing, and you weren't defensive at all.
Now I'm mad.
Look at the star. It's the Star of Keen.
Bro, okay, let me just explain something to you, okay? I'm literally staring at this, and like this little band right here that's going along that is like changing colors.
Okay.
So you're asking me to go down that?
Just focus.
Alcohol is not
That's like weed and Jesus. No, there's a weed symbol and there's Jesus.
Okay, so Paul's going to start saying some things and just keep staring into this and then repeat what Paul says.
Alcohol is not good. Jaeger is bad.
Say that.
That.
Jaeger is bad.
Jaeger is bad.
Alcohol is bad.
That's a titty, fuck you, that's a titty. How's that on you too?
You know what
No,
that
look
is?
at that, that's a titty. Oh.
That's your brain on Jaeger.
It's me, your liver. You're killing
stupid,
me.
dude.
Stop drinking alcohol.
I'm already on that fucking wavelength, dude. We're good.
I am your neck. I am over 1 year old.
That's progress.
No. Well, I guess. Yeah. No Jaeger. There you go.
Hey.
So Jaeger is not tempting. All right, that's progress. That's a little progress right there. So
I'm not a fucking dolt, like obviously, like no.
Scott Kid Martin is a weird individual, alright? It was so fucking...
That's so amazing!
He's so...
You can't appreciate that! That's so shitty! That's so amazing!
I'm literally drinking my own tears to welch in that, because that is so amazing.
Scott Kid Martin is doing the fucking eulogy.
Yes,
and if you keep fucking around with this fucking Jaeger and this fucking Red Bull, Scott Kid Martin is going to do your fucking eulogy. Let's be serious for a minute. Yeah, I think this is going to work because I know you. You know, if you remember when we were running around in the woods, I'm like, hey, Blade, let's go exercise, right? So we get into the woods and I'm like, listen, every time we come up to a wood bridge, we're going to run across the wood bridge and then we're just gonna walk fast when there's no wood, right? Well, little did you know that the whole fucking fields were wood bridges, and there were wood bridges everywhere. And you were pissed off at me. You wanted to kill me, but you ran on every single fucking wood bridge. When you got to the end, you almost died, but you still fucking did it. And the thing is when I brought you out,
I had the cleanest pair of fucking Jordan 3s ever, and I fucking stepped in mud, and I was furious.
but you still ran every bridge. And when I brought you out with Overt, you had to quit drinking, you had to go to the fucking gym, you had to do all these fucking workouts, you had to stop eating junk food, and you did it all. So it's not a matter of you're a weak person, you're a strong person, you have just chosen dumb shit. So I know you can fucking do this, and I know this is a turning point, and I believe in it, and I hope you believe in it too, and I'm fucking happy for you.
Oh, man. I appreciate you. You know what, man? I'm gonna start loving myself a little bit more, because everyone that I come across seems to fucking have nothing but love for me, dude. I'm gonna start fucking loving myself a little bit more.
And taking care of yourself?
Yeah, they right.
We touched the walls of the city streets and didn't explain, sadly showed us our ways. I've never asked him why.
I was like, hey, should I go back there and have sex with her?
Cast down,
Obviously, it was clearly a joke.
So that's who Keemstar calls his good friend.
No, he's not my friend anymore because he threw the dog.
Oh shit, hey.
Seeing, Blade and all this joke,